Wasn't really sure what I was feeling tonight, so just gonna kind of go with this, just because it's something I can simply play while we're talking about stuff. Most of them gonna go through questions that I've gotten about the podcast, or heading into the podcast, or just out and about talking to everybody. So we'll just kind of go with that, and anything you guys have, on top of that, feel free to hop in, man. It's that simple. I'm gonna do this at least once a week. As we start getting up to the season, and I'm probably going to do this on some late nights, post-game nights, either that or day after, just to kind of have some fun, talk some hoops, just kind of see where it goes. And right now, a lot of people can't go out and do anything, so this is the easy way to connect and have a little bit of fun and just kind of hang out. So, big thing is for me, like, again, if you got questions, that's the main reason I want to do this, is I want to come out here and talk about hoops, because God, I miss it. Let me tell you, I know there's a lot of nastiness going on in the world right now. This is like the one thing that basketball can kind of bring some folks together and just kind of hang out and chill and do it that way. I guess the easy way to go is the first question that I keep getting: who's going to start, at the 4, who's going to start at the 5, and then I'll kind of lead into what Carmelo Anthony kind of put out there earlier. I'm going to stick to my guns, to be honest. A lot of what I understand right now is Jusuf Nurkic is 100% clear to go. That's for anybody who didn't know that. That's the case. Nurk is gonna be hooping. Like, he was 100% ready to go before the season was shut down. And to be honest, he was likely ready before that. If you guys saw that video of Nurk running the stairs in Denver, probably about a month before all that, before he had the little calf issue, he was pretty much ready to go then. I think about it this way: if you're 7 foot tall and 300 pounds, and you're coming off a fractured leg, compound fractured leg, and you go out there and run stairs at altitude in Denver, you're probably ready to go from a physical standpoint. Mentally, Marshawn, you got to keep your mentals right.
Our enemies seek only chaos and destruction.
I don't know if that was the case. So it's one of those situations where you kind of have to wonder where he was at least, with the whole thing, and I get it. So my belief right now is, and I'll go by this until otherwise, unless somebody has something that kind of points it out, I think Nurk's going to be the one that ends up getting that starting 5 spot. I think they get him ready. He's not going to get the minutes, I don't think, necessarily, that he may be used to, but there's this whole idea of not wanting to repeat what happened in Denver. Not to say that's a situation in Portland, but that they want to make sure the perception is Nurk is their guy, right? And so with that, you give him these, not necessarily token starts, but you give him the ability to go out there and play with them, play with his guys, and establish some of that presence, establish some of that familiarity again. And if he's able to do that, he can get out there and do some things.
Yeah!
Why not? The big one I know a lot of people keep talking about is Zach. Will he play? Won't he play? All that kind of stuff. And the reality is, Zach's going to play. Zach's been ready to go probably for about a month now. So it'll be interesting to kind of see how it plays out. I mean, he wants to play. He's wanted to play since he went down. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised in the least bit to see him out there.
Friends to me, 2 down. I have a friend behind me. No worries.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
That's what happens when your teammate just falls apart.
Can you dig it, sir?
But will or Now that kind of plays into the whole idea of Carmelo Anthony's statement about whether he's ready for things or how things would look and that kind of thing. And there's this whole idea that came about, right?
I will be right back.
Where when you're in the comment section or something like that, or like when you're talking hoops just in general, like A, B, C, D, like there's a straight like linear thing that has to happen. You know, well, if he's ready to go, he should play. He's the better player. There's a lot of politics in the NBA that people just don't talk about, and with that, I wouldn't be surprised if there was. I would not be surprised if the
My
teammates are feeding.
left the game.
Okay. Like that whole idea and how it plays out. So, but the big one for me is how does that situation get handled? The Blazers probably told Carmelo Anthony that he would be guaranteed X minutes, Y minutes, whatever it was. Man, my God, this is... And now they have to decide whether or not they hold true. The whole idea of whether they hold true to that promise or whether or not they bail out on it. So, I mean, it's kind of a,
Sometimes the best
kind
defense
of a weird
is a
way to
strong
go about
offense.
things. You know, Terry Stotts and the Blazers, they've always been an organization that hinges on you can never lose your spot to each other, right? And at the same time, they're trying to make inroads with potential free agents, trying to make them happy, keep them happy, kind of see what happens from that, and really.
Retreat!
I'm gonna sit out here and get handled. No, we're not. I'm a big dummy. Okay.
An excellent choice.
Can you dig it, Swag?
Another Patriot has fallen. Minions have reached your portal.
No, that was... Yeah, sure, let's get out of here. Screw it. Okay, we don't want it. Alright.
Smack your mouth.
Yeah, there's this whole idea of... There we go. There's this whole idea of what will the Blazers do? Do they honor a potential promise that they made to Carmelo Anthony and how that plays out? Or do they go and, you know, give the young kid who started the season his opportunity back? So it feels like one way or the other, some party's going to feel a little bit jilted. And I just have a feeling that the Blazers are going to try to keep Zach happier now if you try to read between the lines of what Carmelo said in his statement. It wasn't necessarily, I think a lot of people jumped to the idea that it was about the coronavirus, COVID-19, and that situation, but when I read what he had to say, my first thought was, I wonder if he's been told that either Zach's starting or his minutes are going to be reduced or his role is going to change, and perhaps maybe he's not okay with that. Again, these are all things that I'm not 100% certain of. These are things that, like, when you start wondering why Carmelo Anthony would put that statement out there. And sure, they could absolutely be safety reasons. It could absolutely be he doesn't feel comfortable bringing his family there, or he wants to bring his family there but doesn't feel like they're safe enough. So there's this whole idea of trying to figure out what everybody's saying, who's saying what, and kind of how that all comes together. To be honest, I don't know on that front. I'm just trying to look at what's out there, what I've heard, because from a lot of folks around the league, I've heard that the vast majority of players want to play, and there's a large number who feel like the restrictions are too much, and that is probably contrary to what a lot of people think, that those that are questioning things right now are jumping to that they think that the protections aren't enough, and that just hasn't been my experience with it so far. So it'll be interesting just kind of see how that part of it plays out. But like I said, if you got questions, if you got comments, if you got thoughts, put them in the chat. Let me know what you think. Otherwise, I'm going to keep gaming, and if you hop in and you want to hop in yourself, if you want to kind of partake, I guess, in the stream experience. That sounded so damn corny. If you're a Call of Duty guy, if you're an Apex guy or gal, whatever it is, if you want to hop in, if you're on the Xbox or if you're on a cross-platform, drop your gaming tag in the chat. It's the Moosin on Xbox. I'll be on